How you guys doing? Did you see that guy running?
Yeah, he's the driver.
Oh,
his car.
Why is he running?
I don't know.
Should call Bernalillo County Sheriff. They'll tackle him and beat the crap out of him. That's what they do to everybody that walks or runs. They actually tackled a guy for crossing the street legally. It was crazy, like 10 or 11 of them.
That's awesome. They could actually work.
What's that?
They could actually do that. That's awesome.
Tackled a guy for crossing the street legally.
They could actually do that. That's awesome.
Tackled a guy for crossing the street legally.
They could actually do that. That's awesome.
The reason I actually started doing this was not because I hated cops, it was because I saw that there was a lack of accountability for crimes committed by not just cops, government. It doesn't matter if you're a cop, a judge, a politician, it's like there was this elite class that were not accountable to the laws.
Let's put it on the dash cam.
Who do we got here? Jimmy Joe? Like, whoa, you can't cancel me. That's his name. Master Big Chief RV Hopper, Jimmy Joe, Real Sovereign Citizens, all you people, all you people in the chat, welcome. We're alive again today. In Bernalillo County, New Mexico. We got a runner. We got a runner. Yeah. I'm back in my flip-flops again, everybody.
What are you doing?
We're live streaming. Did the person who hit the tree still here, or did they take off?
He left. Why?
They run or like?
No,
They're
he's
just
here. But why?
cool. Just wondering. Information purposes. But why? Cop car I recorded last night had more damage than that. Oh, here comes the sneeze. Nope. I'm gonna fight it. How you guys doing? Did you see that guy running?
Yeah, he's the driver.
Oh,
his car.
Why is he running?
I don't know.
Should call Bernalillo County Sheriff. They'll tackle him and beat the crap out of him. That's what they do to everybody that walks or runs. Did you see him do it last night, guys? Dude, you guys want to see it?
No, I'm okay.
They're crazy, man.
Yeah.
They actually tackled a guy for crossing the street legally. It was crazy, like 10 or 11 of them.
That's awesome. They could actually work.
What's that?
They could actually do that. That's awesome.
Tackle a guy for crossing the street lawfully?
Well, I'm sure it'd have to be unlawfully for them to do that.
I don't have another device on me to. Are you familiar with like the? Is there a jaywalking statute in?
Well, probably. I mean, you never know. You could have felony warrants. Could have killed someone. You don't know from outside perspective. You know.
Yeah. I mean, the way I do things, man, is like in my neighborhood. Anytime I see anybody walking down the street, I tackle. East Mountains. I tackle them. I beat the shit out of them, and then I find out what's going on.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
There you go.
Like, he's like, that's what you got to do. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
That's how you fight crime.
Yeah.
You tackle them, you beat their face in or something.
You gotta film it.
Maybe, yeah, film it.
Right.
Maybe pull down their pants, tickle their butthole a little, tickle, 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 and then like, hey man, you got any warrants? Right?
Yeah. No. That's how people think, but it's not true.
No, I really do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got video documentation.
And that's where the sheriffs are too.
What's that?
Because that's where sheriffs patrol up there.
Yeah, not Bernalillo though. I'm outside of their county. Yeah, the county out there aren't as much as butthole ticklers as the Bernalillo County are. You ever seen them do that on a scene?
No, never.
Never seen them pull someone's pants down and tickle, tickle.
I don't know what kind of videos you're filming, bro, but
yeah,
that's not the kind that I usually watch.
Right on.
We have a white Chevy truck. There's a
So was he just scared? Is that why he left?
No, he's just getting some of his stuff down the street.
Right on. You guys just waiting to get him a tow or what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How'd he hit the tree?
I don't know.
Sometimes trees just jump out in the road, right?
Out of nowhere, you know.
Like a...
Yeah, it sounds like a mechanical problem with the power steering. But I don't know.
Huh?
You're live.
Yeah, that's not...
How many viewers you got?
Honestly, I don't know. Let me see if I can pull it. I'm gonna move into the shade. You guys aren't scared of me, huh?
No.
You guys know I'm a sissy ass that doesn't actually tackle anybody or tickle buttholes or anything. What's that?
I'm glad to hear you don't do that.
Good.
Only 73 people watching.
73?
Yeah.
How high do you guys get up to?
Oh, it's at 121. It depends, man. I got a few different channels, so I'm on one of the smaller channels. So, I mean, it might sit at like 200 or 300 on a busy stream when something's really going on, like Bernalillo County Sheriff chasing someone, tackling.
That's what the people want to see, right?
Tickling. Unfortunately, they do, man. People. The truth is, man, they want to see someone get hurt.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's you,
It's entertainment.
or me, or who it is.
Yeah.
You're right.
They want.
Because they don't know how it really is, how dangerous it is out here, and they kind of get excitement off of that, I guess.
I get to see it firsthand, though, so you know
It's
dang
like
well it's
going on
not.
a ride along all the time.
What's that?
It's like going on a ride along almost.
Every day.
Yeah.
So you guys know I'm not jaded about what's actually going on out here. Like
You know the truth, yeah.
Yeah.
I've told them before too. Like I've dealt with a lot of police departments, and your guys really is one of the best. Yeah.
That's cool.
And your guys is really is one of the best. Like you don't want to be like Bernalillo County Sheriff, man. You don't want to be like that.
I can't, I don't know what they do on a daily.
Yeah, I've never worked
They
with that.
tackle people for crossing the street, and then check for warrants after the butthole's already been tickled.
Wow.
And it's like, no, man. First you find out if there's a crime.
Yeah.
Or warrants, and then you know what? After that, man, if dude runs, dude pulls a gun, I mean that's on him, right? But unless there was a crime first,
I don't know.
Yeah. Do you
Can't just
viewers
be-
have any more questions for our?
I think they're all filthy. But let's see. Hopefully there's something decent, because yeah, they want to know. This Cream City guy wants to know about you.
Strange viewers.
We won't
Agreed.
answer that kind of stuff.
Agreed. Cream City. He's a pretty cool dude. Yo, thanks Cream City. He also threw another 10. Oh, that's because I asked. I read it without, filtering it first. I just read it out as I saw
Do a
it.
10?
Yeah, he threw me $10 for asking you if you.
You guys.
I don't know. I don't even want you to answer.
You guys get paid for that?
What? You know what, man? People can throw donations at me all day.
Wow.
So,
That's wild.
Sounds pretty lucrative, huh?
I mean, honestly, man, you go out for 2 hours, you get $20 worth of donations. I can make a lot more money than that at my job, but it's you know what? It might pay for the gas.
Job, or do you?
No, I own a business out
Oh, nice.
in Dallas.
Oh, good.
You're not from Albuquerque?
No, I just come out here because you guys are my favorite department. You guys don't tackle me, pull down my pants, and tickle my butthole when I record you. So I'm like,
Can I get a picture of the car?
yeah, sorry, ma'am. I'm just trying to stay in the shade so my equipment doesn't overheat.
Oh, yeah.
Let me see if there was any other questions or comments for you guys. He is worldwide now. Danes are supporting the rolling of bad cops in America, huh? Sometimes sometimes the comments aren't entirely coherent, or maybe it's me.
Yeah. I don't know.
Maybe they're,
You know what? There's a lot of people too from overseas, or from different countries, different languages,
maybe
and so sometimes there's language barriers, and so he is worldwide now. Danes are supporting the rolling of bad cops in America. There you go. Let's see. HBO Matt with a $2 super chat says if they'll do a flashlight, $10 if they'll do a flashlight war with you.
A flashlight wall?
A flashlight war.
Oh, war.
You guys don't want to do that.
it's too bright out. It wouldn't even look cool.
I don't know. So HBO Matt, by the way, he sends me Olight flashlights. You guys familiar with that brand? They're incredible, man. Check them out. Definitely get one on your tool belt.
Light.
Olight They got a whole bunch of different. You got stuff that's good to put on your pistol, good for your rifle, good for just tactical, good for camping.
Yeah.
Just a whole array of stuff. But he sent me one that's specifically to counteract when one of those spotlights on your car gets shined in my face for no reason.
Really?
I've got one that's just as good that fits right in my hand.
Reason? What do you mean?
What's that?
With the spotlights being shined in your face, it's so you can't see back. It's blind you kind of for temporary.
While I'm recording? I know why you do it on a traffic stop.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
But like when I'm across the street from you, you're on a traffic stop.
Okay.
I'm out here every day. You know who I am. You know I'm harmless, and then you spotlight right in my camera.
Okay.
And even when you use that spotlight, when you're trying to spotlight something, you guys know. I doubt. I mean, you'd be a pretty crappy person if you're shining it right in someone's face.
Yeah.
I get if. I mean, once you find him and you realize, hey, that's in his face. Maybe lower it to his chest. He's illuminated just fine, right?
Yeah.
So you kind of got to be being a douchebag, in my opinion, to just
Shine it in the face.
Yeah. And I get why you do it, like on the mirror, you said.
Yeah.
On a.
So,
I mean, guys like me, we got.
It's a tactical move.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
it's part
advantage when we're
tactics.
walking up.
Right. And guys like me have counter-tactical moves. Like,
Yeah.
I've got cameras in the back so that I don't even have to look at the mirror. I'm looking at the display of the cameras in the vehicle, so I can see you no matter where you're at.
Like you have cameras in is that your van?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the stealth van. It's super stealth. You guys don't even know it's there right now.
What van?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what sucks though? Those windows are so tinted. At night, I can't even get a shot of anything out of the back of that van.
Yeah, I can see where that's a problem.
But it's good for laying down to pee in.
Let me ask her if she knows anything about it.
Let me some James. It's been Elite 69 says slow day. It really has been a slow day for us. We only follow calls in certain areas of town. Let me jump on the chat here. Yeah, we only really follow calls to certain areas of town. And we've been out for like 2 hours and haven't really had any.
I'm not too sure.
Have they ever witnessed fellow boys in blue do something dirty? Follow up.
Power steering issue.
Did they do anything about it? Do they know their oaths? Says Cream City News.
I hit the curb and then kept going, and
So that's your
probably going
big
pretty quick.
indicator of like he saw it coming, but he couldn't do anything about it. So that's why we think it probably was mechanical issue.
Glad no one was hurt,
Yeah.
and no other vehicles were hit. Was important.
Yeah.
This one tree was injured.
Yeah. Tree injury.
I hope it survives. I think it'll be okay though.
Yeah, those trees they're beasts. So.
Yeah.
I've seen cars wrapped around them and they don't even move.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Any news on the tow truck now?
Time to go? Oh. I thought we had another call. I thought we were being dispatched to another
All
call.
all over the city, or do you just stay?
No,
in
man, we
Southeast?
mostly stick to southeast, a little bit of northeast. We'll hit a little bit of the foothills, which is still a pretty broad area.
Yeah.
We'll even hit downtown sometimes. We kind of try to stay southeast, and then if something fairly close by, if there's a big call that, I mean, if we're not there within 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to miss whatever's going on.
Yeah. No, and sometimes you get there quicker than us because we're
Right.
we don't have enough of us out here.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
Leg.
no. No, it's a little egg. Oh.
Yeah, I know you think Bernalillo County might be cool being able to do stuff like what they do, but I'm against crime. I really am. I'm against people who take life, liberty, and property from other people, but we kind of walk a fine line when we start assuming everybody's a criminal.
Yeah.
And I've been there before.
Yeah.
Like when I owned private property and I was constantly getting robbed, and so I started assuming that everybody that walked by my property was a freaking criminal.
Yeah.
And it was dangerous for me to put myself in that situation because now I could be attacking innocent people, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I would.
Hey, buddy, do you have any news on that tow truck?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him back real quick.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to shoot you guys away.
Okay.
I think the extreme scrutiny that you guys are always under is a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
To some
being a private
extent.
citizen myself, I would want whoever's watching over us to be watched over. So,
People need to learn to take care of themselves too, though. Like everybody wants to call the cops for everything.
Yeah.
And
Like neighborly disputes, and it's
Yeah.
like, you're human beings. Go talk to your neighbor. You know, like.
mhm.
call us. We solve many problems.
I'm enjoying seeing Democrat cities defund the police and them kill each other. Did I say that out loud? I'm for neither side.
Yeah.
So.
No, it's an interesting time to be a police officer for sure.
Yeah, just to be anything, like just to see the way things are going.
Well, people need to learn to take care of themselves. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's purposes to call the police, but man, from what I see from most of these calls, I'm like, man, grow the F up.
Yeah.
Grow some testicles, quit beating your wife.
Fortunately, there's a good amount of bad people out there that occupy our time.
Especially in Albuquerque. It's a pretty high crime area compared to other places I've been.
Yeah.
Really?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said about 15 minutes.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
But if you're
So where all do you like to go? I mean, I don't know. Is this, you say you do this elsewhere?
when I really feel like getting the shit beat out of me, when I'm feeling like just getting messed up, I'll go to Tucson, Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the spot.
Arizona is, I'm telling you, man, those cops are genuinely horrible. And, I tell my viewers all the time, people are starting to have more respect for you individuals within your department because you guys don't do what Bernalillo County Sheriff does.
Yeah.
And I think it makes you safer. Did you see what happened in Dallas in 2016?
Which one?
5 officers randomly mowed down, shot, and killed in Dallas, Texas. And who knows, maybe those 5 officers were the nicest 5 cops on the department that have never done anything to really harm anybody.
Yeah.
But you know why that happened? Because of some other cops within the department that have constantly with people.
Yeah.
But I don't see that really being likely to happen in Albuquerque as much because the Albuquerque PD, for the most part, doesn't just screw with people.
With every profession, I'd say generally people are good. Most officers are good. There are in every profession bad apples and bad people, and hopefully you want them out of that profession. But it's when there's that one that gets highlighted all across the country, and someone in another country or another state wearing the same uniform does something bad. They look at us, you're wearing the same uniform, you're a bad cop, and it's terrible. It's sad.
But we get it. Like,
But
there's
we
a
understand.
difference between like a bad grocery bag boy and a bad police officer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
we
a
have
lot
a little
more
more
serious.
merit. Yeah.
You know, I asked a Glendale police officer in Arizona a couple of weeks ago, have you ever witnessed any misconduct within the department? He said, I've been here for 17 years, and the answer is no. I said, you're straight up lying to me, because I don't care if you work at the Chevron down the street. You've witnessed misconduct at your work. I don't care if you work at UPS. You have witnessed people at your job that do stuff that violates policy or violates the law or whatever. So you'd be lying if you said you've never witnessed a colleague do something wrong.
No one's pure.
Right.
Yeah.
Everybody.
We're human.
The problem and the reason I actually started doing this was not because I hated cops, it was because I saw that there was a lack of accountability for crimes committed by not just cops, government. It doesn't matter if you're a cop, a judge, a politician, it's like there was this elite class that were not accountable to the law.
Yeah.
And that was the only thing for me. Some people are like, oh, cops should be held to a higher standard. No, they shouldn't. Equality means that we're all on an equal level.
Yeah.
We all should obey every law equally, and
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
nobody's higher or lower than another. You remember the book, do you read, now I'm forgetting what it was, Orwell, Animal.
What was it about?
It's about all the animals that are trying to create a society, and they're like, all animals are created equal. But some animals are more equal than others. I don't know why this is even slipping my mind. Like, super famous book, everyone in school had to read it, I think. Someone in the chat, tell me what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, I always wondered, like, what kind of inspired you to come do this? But it's good to know.
Yeah, it wasn't. I believe in equal accountability for everyone. Nobody above or below.
Yeah.
If there's, I think most of the laws on the book are stupid as hell, and they should be wiped off. But you know what? If you're going to enforce them on people, then I'm going to troll you about enforcing them on you.
Yeah.
Like, one of the most ridiculous ones recently is modified exhaust.
Yeah.
I think they're annoying too, man.
Yeah.
These little rice burners are annoying, but you know what? That's what freedom is.
Yeah.
And recently the police department built that lowrider as a way to try to connect with the community and the car community, which is huge in Albuquerque. I think some people nationwide don't even realize. They're like, no, we got car clubs out here too. No, man, Albuquerque's where it's at as far as
Really?
the car culture. Yeah, and so, but back in the '90s when people were rolling their lowriders, Albuquerque police were pulling them over, and it was illegal to cruise. And there were like ordinances that you can't go past a certain point, like a certain number of times, right?
Wow.
And so they were killing the car culture. And so now they built this lowrider to try to bond with the community.
We want to make sure that everybody across the entire city hears the excitement that is happening right here at Balloon Fiesta Park. So at the very top of your lungs, if you could help me count down with 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi everyone, my name is Clarissa Pena. I'm City Councilor from District 3, and I just am so excited that we unveiled your car today. Thank you for everybody who participated in this, APD, the community, lowrider community. You guys are awesome. This is for you.
They built this lowrider to try to bond with the community, and then they made an ordinance that you can't have a modified exhaust, ostracizing the car community at the same time. And they literally have a modified exhaust on their lowrider.
But with cars,
I haven't seen the lowrider.
there's so many laws with cars, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hundreds.
Oh yeah.
Like, from losing your blinker to you have to have windshield wipers to you have to have, there's a million laws. Which I understand because it keeps a certain order so people aren't just building cars in their garage and selling them and people are crashing because they're not safe. Like, it makes sense. But yeah, there are a lot of ridiculous laws for sure.
In theory, it makes sense.
But
Sorry.
also people think that driving a car is like their right, but it's more like a privilege to be, there's laws, there's things you have to follow, people pay taxes to have the roads safe, and it just makes people think it's more of their right, but it's something you have to do and get a license to do and follow these laws, you know, which makes sense.
Something I always try to put everything up against is somebody harmed. If there's, I'm sure you've heard no victim, no crime.
Yeah.
And so there's dangerous things that we can all do. But like I was talking about equality earlier, right?
Yeah.
If some guy is driving down the street that I live on, I've got 5 kids, by the way. My pullout game sucks.
You want,
I'm sorry, dude. That was inappropriate. But
100 miles an hour.
Right. I don't want that. But if they haven't actually harmed me or my kids, do I personally have the right to go and stop them and say, hey man, you owe me $100 because you're driving faster than I want you to on this road? Like, I would like to communicate with him and hopefully get him to slow down, maybe.
Yeah.
But I don't actually have a right until he's taken my life, liberty, or property.
That's what government's for.
Well, that's the thing. Government derives its authority from the people. If I personally don't have the right,
vote in people they want to set their laws and make laws, and it's.
But you kind of fast forwarded. First, the people gave the government the power, right? Can you give someone something you don't have?
Right. Okay, that's a good point.
So, I mean, all it was supposed to be is that I have the power and authority that, hey, if this guy hit my car, I'm now have a loss, and I have the right to stop him. I don't actually have to call you guys.
Right.
I have a lawful right to stop this guy and make sure I get information so I can get restitution for the property damage. I also have the right to delegate that out to somebody else, and I call that somebody else government. I call that police. I call that the courts. To, you know, maybe as an arbitrator, maybe we disagree. He says, no, you know what? I don't think I hit you. You hit me. All right, cool. We got a court as an arbitrator then, and you know, but the idea that government derived power that never existed, I think is kind of crazy.
Yeah,
That's just my opinion.
No, I totally agree.
And I see that with speeding, but it's like, if there wasn't the fear of being pulled over, then people would speed like even faster and crazy. Because when you see a traffic stop, you see one guy pulled over, you think that cop's affecting that one guy, but really the 50 cars on the highway are going to slow down, hopefully making it safer for everybody, and hopefully if you get in a crash at a set speed limit, you're going to be safe and not be a fatal and die. So that's kind of the general.
Should check out some theories on that. There's a lot of YouTube videos that have been put out, and I'm not saying for sure that one is right or one is wrong, but speed limits on highways, for example, were in the U.S. were implemented by the federal government. And what they did is they told the states, hey, if you want money for your roads from the federal government, you got to implement speed limits. Montana was the last one to do it.
Yeah.
And
if you look into Montana, that was shocking to me.
Yeah, wow.
And
They didn't have a speed limit on the highway.
right, and we're just talking main highways too. We're not
Yeah.
talking like residential neighborhoods. And they had less fatalities than these other states that had speed limits and enforcement. So when they finally gave in and said, you know what, we want money for our highways, they put the speed limits and enforcement. They doubled their traffic fatalities the first year they implemented it. Because there's nothing more dangerous, and you can ask highway patrol cops who are actually out on the highway, what's the most dangerous thing is a severe difference of speed between multiple cars. So if you got one guy going 40 and one guy going 100, that's pretty dangerous. But if everybody was going 100 and the conditions were okay for it, that's not as dangerous. And so what's more dangerous? There's nothing more dangerous than a stopped car sitting on the side of a road with a 70-mile-an-hour speed limit. In other words, a cop pulled over on the side of the road. So they're creating danger, at least on the main highways. I'm not talking about residential or right here, but at least on the main highways, they are creating a more dangerous situation than there ever was. And most of the cops who are doing it, I think, genuinely believe, I'm out here saving lives, helping people, but it may not be the case.
I mean, I would say probably, looking at it generally, they probably are. I mean, we get car accidents every day and fatal. Like, if you look up the statistics of fatals, crashes in the United States or I think the world, it's like one of the #1 killers.
Yeah.
And but people still speed. There's no news stories on speeding or people. Well, there is, but like people don't. It's kind of just accepted. It's like, oh, a guy was speeding, he killed a family of 5. It's accepted. But if it was an incident with like something that gets more clicks, like a mass shooting or something, and 2 people get shot, it's all over CNN, it's all over every news channel. It's like people, a bus can flip or 20 people can die like that, and it's not publicized. It's just kind of,
And so people don't think it's a big deal.
Yeah, it's wild.
The media controls people's minds in that way, right?
Perspective, yeah.
The media
If they started doing news about everybody crashing, all these people dying, it would be like, people would be like, oh wow, I didn't realize how many people are dying, maybe I should slow down, maybe I should wear my seatbelt, maybe. I mean, everybody speeds, everyone breaks the law, officers on their off time on speed.
But then I think we got to take it through the scientific process then and find out, are people dying solely because of speeding? Or again, is it these other factors that are contributing?
Speed has a huge contribution, because say you pop a tire, you're going 30, 25 miles down this road, you probably could pull over, but if you're going 80 off the tire, you might lose control. Or not for sure, because I don't have enough evidence, but it looks like he was probably going over the speed limit. Why? Because if your power steering stops, you're probably going to be able to pull over and stop.
Yeah. I think that's a fair assessment too. We can see the marks there. We can see how hard the car hit. We can assess this pretty. I don't think even at 25 you could do that much damage, and you consider that there's
could have been seriously injured. So I mean,
then the question is that the only factor?
What?
Then the question is that the only factor? Is it, or
there's lots of factors.
I don't know, drugs, alcohol. Anyways, I don't know. I think we try to create this alleged safety within our society, and a lot of times, don't get me wrong, again, I'm against people who take life, liberty, and property, but I think sometimes we step a little over our bounds and start violating people's rights in an attempt to try to create some sense of safety.
People also don't realize it's like policing, in the aspect of you're saying right now, bringing it back to policing. Policing is a constant evolving. We're getting better with every. If you look at what we do now and our technology and what we learned, and like we have CIT training where we can talk to people with mental health versus 10 years ago, versus 20 years ago, versus 50 years ago. Policing 100 years ago was like,
there wasn't mental health problems.
Evolving.
Like,
we're not just in this perfect world where we're perfect police officers. It's constantly evolving, constantly getting better, which is good. But I think people think, oh, why didn't they handle that perfectly, or why don't they do this? It's like we're learning, and the world is changing, and media is changing things, and cell phones are changing things, and it's just constantly evolving.
Well, you'll know my narrative all the time now. No victim, no crime.
Yeah.
And I put responsibility on my audience too. I'm like, hey, look, this person called the cops. They never should have called. Take care of yourself. You and your spouse are fighting. Ask your neighbor to come over and be an arbitrator, or walk away, or like grow up, maybe.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean,
and alcohol and drugs come into play and
Yeah.
affect people's emotions and tired and everything. So it's
Yeah, we heard a call come over the radio a couple days ago. Somebody called on their neighbor for a oral argument, which you guys hear these all the time. Come over, right? And I'm going, man, who would do that to their neighbor? My wife and I have had disagreements before, verbally.
Yeah,
I mean, if you
to argue at all, yeah.
I heard a relationship therapist one time tell me, if you don't ever have a disagreement with your significant others because one of you is being abused and are too submissive, if you're never standing up and saying, I don't like what's going on here, then one of you, if you're going to live with someone forever, you're going to disagree.
Yeah, people are bound to argue and fight, and it's not illegal. I can understand where it's starting to escalate, where like weapons are getting involved.
Yeah, sure.
All of us will come try to keep the peace, keep everyone safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, if people are just arguing, we get called for that all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I like your outlook.
Well, thank you. I try to be reasonable, man, and I'm telling you, I'm not constantly critiquing every stupid thing. But now you know what I am thinking, and that is no victim, no crime. So if I see you out there like pulling somebody over because they didn't use their turn signal, I'm critiquing you for that.
Yeah.
But then when I see you arresting somebody because they just robbed the store, I'm like, hey guys, don't rob stores.
Yeah.
And you.
Definitely.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Good chatting with you, man.
You too. Have a good one, guys.
You be safe today.
You too.